Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at the DJI Pocket 2. I'm going to do an unboxing for you today so we can take a look and see what comes in this box. And then we're going to take a look at some of the key differences between this Pocket and the older Pocket.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
Alright, so let's get started. Let's see what's inside the box. So when you open it, you have this little compartment here, which is going to have, I'm sure, the cables and a couple of other little accessories. We're going to take a look at that in a moment. Here you have the case with the camera. And then in the box, you also have a quick start guide. This is just going to tell you the application you're going to be using, give you kind of a little breakdown as to how to get started. Okay. And there's also one more book. You're going to get these little stickers with DJI on them. You're going to get another little disclaimer and safety guidelines book. There's another little pamphlet, and then there's just a white card. This has nothing on it. That's all you get in the box. So in terms of the camera, let's just take a look and see here. So the camera already comes in this little protective case. You see it has a little branding here on the side. Not much else to it. The camera actually, if you just pull here on the sides, it comes right out. And this is the camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and just unpeel some of these stickers here. And the one off of the lens. Awesome. So at first glances of the camera, I can already see a couple of differences. If I remember correctly in the specs, this is slightly larger, not by much. I do see that there are 3 speakers now, one here, sorry, not speakers, microphones. There's one here, one on the back, and one on the side, and I believe this is new to this Pocket, which they call the Matrix audio. The camera is on a 3-axis gimbal, which is the same as the old camera. You have the screen here in the center, and then you have the record button and the options button here. I have already put in a memory card into the camera. And at the bottom over here, you have a USB-C port. So if we push the button to get it started, you can see that it's already working. Right now it's pointing down towards my table. But if you wanted to switch it around, I know that this button here, for example, if you press it twice, it'll recenter the camera. If you press it 3 times quickly, you'll see that it actually rotates the camera completely. So let's take a look now at the accessories inside the box. Okay, so inside this little box here, let's take a look. I'm sure there's lots of goodies that we're able to open. Okay, so the first little packet that we find here, let's see what this is. So this is for the tripod. It has the little screw mount there. And this just mounts right at the bottom of the camera. I guess you'd have to take off this existing one and then put this one on there. It's going to make it slightly larger, but you're going to get the mount for the camera. The second thing that comes in here is, again, the wrist strap. So this you just, there is a slot here on the camera for it, right here on the side, if you want to add it, just in case so you don't lose it. Okay. There is a USB-C cable, or USB to USB-C. This will charge the camera and transfer the data. And then we get into the smaller little adapters. So this is a USB-C adapter. This connects in the center of the camera in case you want to connect it to your cellular phone so you can see what you're doing. This one over here is the same adapter, except it has the Apple connection. So if you have an iPhone or a tablet, an iPad that you want to connect it to. And then this is probably one of the more popular items. So this one here connects to the center of the camera and gives you the option to control the actual gimbal on the camera if you want to move it left, right, up, down, for example. And it also has a button on here as well. Okay, so the first thing you want to do with this camera is you want to take off this little lid here, and then you're going to insert the adapter that's for your mobile device, so either the Apple adapter or the USB-C. And all you do is you just put it into the little cutout there, and you're going to push, and it'll click into place. So you're going to connect your mobile device to the camera. And once it's turned on, it's going to tell you that there is a firmware update to be done. It's going to download it on the mobile device and then transfer it onto the camera. But make sure that you have a memory card already inserted. Okay, so once you're done with the firmware update and everything looks good, we're going to take out this little adapter and you're going to be inserting your little joystick controls. Alright, and that's what it should look like. Okay, and now if you turn it on, it's going to give you the message there that it's updating the control stick. Do not power off the Pocket. So while it's doing this little update here, just a couple of things too. I noticed that the name from this one versus the original, you can tell that the original one had the DJI Osmo Pocket. Now they've changed it to just the Pocket 2. So there is a name branding that has changed. Okay. There's a little tutorial here if you want to learn how to use the little joystick. You can either start the tutorial or skip it. I'm just going to go ahead and skip it. And there we go. So now we're back into the camera mode. And if I move this up or down, left or right, you'll see it starts to pan the camera. That's really cool. So you may be wondering, why would you want this camera versus any other camera? Maybe an action camera, which is just as small, if not smaller, waterproof and shockproof. Well, the difference between those cameras and this camera is specifically this gimbal. Just to give you a demonstration, you can see that kind of when I tilt the camera left and right, it holds the horizon. So what that means is while you're walking around or moving, you'll know that the footage is always going to be level and straight. I know that some of the action cameras nowadays, they do offer software stabilization. So as it records, it'll kind of crop into the image just to try and keep it stable using its software. Whereas this one here has the actual gimbal that's motorized that'll do that for you. Another cool thing about this camera here is if you're in frame and you see yourself here, if you double tap on yourself or another person or an object, it'll enable the Active Track 3.0, which will then allow you to, or allow the camera to focus and follow that individual or person. So as you can tell from the device, the battery on this unit is non-replaceable. It does not come out, you can't exchange it. If you wanted to charge it, you have to plug it in with the USB-C. In terms of how long it'll last you for, it's pretty similar to the old one, and I think what they put on the specs on the site were that it will record for 140 minutes at 1080p 24 frames, and I believe the older camera was also recording at 1080p 30 frames, giving you the same amount of time. So final thoughts on the product. I think this is very well made. Materials look really good. I'm going to be testing out the camera through the week just to see what the quality is like of the video and audio. And I'm going to make another video to show that for you guys later on. So when you're done using the Pocket, I found that if you just push and hold the power button, the camera kind of locks. You'll see the gimbal there in place. It doesn't really move around. And I think it just makes it easier when you go ahead to put it in your case. Because if you leave it for too long, you'll see that the gimbal kind of becomes loose, like it is now. So I'm just going to do that again for you. So I'm turning it on. Turned it off, now it's locked, and now I'm just going to slide it into the case. And you'll notice that even though we've now changed that little centerpiece and now there's a controller, the controller actually has a little groove in here where it fits, so you don't have to keep removing and adding the cover for it. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of the unboxing. What did you guys think? Are you going to purchase the new Pocket 2? Or are you going to upgrade from your Pocket 1? Let me know in the description down below. Also, if you like content like this and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that when new videos are posted, you're alerted and you're aware. As always, I hope you learned something, and if this helped you out, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Leave in the comments any ideas that you may have for any future videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one.